Season 8 of Dana White Contender Series coming up, and I'm excited. I believe the first one's in August. Look, this is the time where you get to find some underrated prospects and some exciting fighters. I picked 5 guys that I think will be contenders and possibly champions in the future. I want to shout out my dog Bugga for helping me make this because he knows a lot more about contenders. I'm more of a UFC roster kind of guy, trying to get into the contenders though. But look, I've done the research. I've watched all their fights, and these are the top 5 guys that I think will be contenders in the future. Coming in at number 5, I have Austin Bashi. He's fighting out of Michigan. He's 22 years old, 12-0 on the regional scene, 4 submissions and 3 TKOs. This guy is very good, a boxer, kind of wrestler, more of a wrestler. Um, Short, stocky, fast, great pace. If I had to compare him to a UFC guy, I think prime Ricky Simone would do. Like I said, short, stocky wrestler, but I think his ability to finish you on the ground is much better than Ricky. He's got great ground and pound and great submissions. This dude can grab your neck, man. He'll get you in that rear naked choke like nothing. He does it on the ground. He'll do it standing. This dude is a problem on the ground. His wrestling entries aren't crazy good, but if he can get you to the ground, it's going to be a problem. He's got heavy, heavy low kicks, big power in his right hand, and I'm really excited to see what he can do. He's fighting Nate McMillan, I believe. I think that's him. Let me check real quick. I'm sorry, Tommy McMillan, another guy who's a wrestler, but that guy, he's a bit, I don't think he's as good. I think he's a bit slower and he is taller, so he's going to have the reach advantage. But look, I just see this guy, Bashi, being able to finish this fight. Like I said, great endurance. He'll get you tired if he needs to. He's going to be in your face all day. Great pressure, good boxing. This dude's going to be a problem and definitely a contender in the bantamweight division one day. Next up at number 4, I have a guy who is in the heavyweight division by the name of Talisson Teixeira. 24 years old, from Brazil. This dude is 6'8". And, being 6'8", he's a very athletic guy. He has 5 first-round finishes, actually 6 first-round finishes, 1 submission and 5 KOs. I believe he fought at LFA. Only 2 fights there, but got rid of those guys in the first round, obviously. He's super athletic, like I said, fast. I want to compare him to Volkov, but I feel like Volkov is a bit more technical than him, but not as fast as him. This dude's got big power. He's got good kicks, low kicks. He actually had a head kick knockout. Hey, he's going to be able to, run through guys at heavyweight in the UFC. He'll be he's super fun to watch, by the way. Obviously, a 6'8" heavyweight. He hits like a truck. I think I saw on his Instagram, I just saw him wrapping a black belt around him. That might be interesting because I'm not too sure. But he trains somewhere in Brazil. I believe there's a couple good fighters that train with him. Look, like I said, man, big power. And at heavyweight, he's super skilled and super athletic. He's going to be a problem for the heavyweight division, and he'll definitely be, ranked one day for sure, just due to how bad the heavyweight division is and how good this guy really is. I don't think he has a fight booked, but I don't really know if that's going to matter because he's a freak of an athlete. Maybe we don't really know much about his gas tank, but the ability to finish guys that quick is very impressive, and he's definitely a guy that you're going to have to watch whenever he comes and fights for the Contender Series. I don't know when, like I said, but he's supposedly going to fight, and he's going to be a guy I'll have my eye on for sure, and everyone else should as well. Coming in at number 3, I have Diyar Nurgozhay, fighting out of Kazakhstan. 5 KOs, 2 subs, 24 years old, 8-0 on the regional scene. This guy, I'm noted on his speed. He's a light heavyweight. He is fast, very, very fast for a light heavyweight. Like, incredible speed. This guy, I was watching his first fight versus Magomedov, the biggest NPC name ever, Magomedov. But anyways, he threw a high kick, and I was like, whoa, 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 am I watching a bantamweight right now? It was so fast. I was like, wow. He's got heavy kicks, but like I said, I think, or heavy hands, I mean. Like I said, I think the kicks are the outlier, and his speed at light heavyweight is really good. He's a southpaw. He's got a good ground game as well. This dude can, definitely wrap you up in a submission, and he'll take you down if he wants to. This guy's a very good fighter. He has potential to be a top five to a champion in the future. He reminds me of Ankalaev a little bit, due to, both southpaw, both can grapple, both can strike, but I think he's better with the boxing than Ankalaev, but obviously not right now. I think he's got more peak than Ankalaev. Like I said, man, this guy, I'm really excited to watch him. I'm very excited to watch him. He's a monster. He's so fast. It's wild how fast this guy is, especially for a 205er. I mean, it is crazy. And you'll see, I can't remember. I don't think he has a fight booked either. Maybe. I can't remember. But anyways, look, he's going to run through whoever he fights on the Contender series without a doubt. He's a guy, like I said, top five contender and possibly a champion. Coming in at number 2, probably the most highly touted guy in Season 8 of Dana White Contender Series. He goes by the name of Islam Dulatov. He's from Germany. He's 24 years old, 10-1, 10 first-round finishes. I actually watched the fight that he lost, and you go back and look at it, he looked like a completely different person. He's bulked up a ton. He's a welterweight. 6'4", listed as 6'6" for some reason, but he's not. He's 6'4", which is still huge for a welterweight. And he uses his range nicely, but he's also in the pocket. You know what I mean? He uses this nasty front kick right up the middle, and I've seen him hurt so many of his opponents with it. It's such a good weapon he uses, and he uses it really well. And he's got a great jab. Great jab he'll throw out there. It's nasty. The 1-2 is incredible. And this guy, he's fighting Ming Ding, a experienced guy in the Contender Series, but I don't think Ming Ding is going to be making it out of the first round because this guy is ferocious, man. Super athletic too. He's got slick submissions, and man, I would be lying if I said I was not excited for this guy, because I really am excited for him. I mean, he's so exciting to watch. He's so fast for a 6'4" welterweight, and he's on the gas pedal the whole entire fight. He's a live by the sword, die by the sword kind of fighter, and that's what you want in the UFC, not like that boring-ass champion we have right now at welterweight named Leon Edwards. Coming in at number 1, I have Lonir Kavanagh. He fights out of the UK, but he represents China. I just have to appreciate this dude's striking. It's some of the best striking I've ever seen. It's incredible. He's a flyweight. He switches stances a lot, gives you a ton of different looks. His left hook is brutal. He finishes guys. He finishes them at the lower weight class, at bantam or flyweight. He'll knock people out. He is disgusting with the striking. Like I said, he's got to be one of the best strikers I've ever seen. Watching him, I watched 2 or 3 of his fights. Man, I don't know if anybody in flyweight could compete with him. And you got some great strikers at flyweight. I don't know, dude. His footwork, he's so fast. His counter striking is incredible. His kicks are nasty. Low kicks are insane. He throws body kicks. He'll switch stances and throw body kicks at you. He just does textbook things, but does it flashy. And he had that crazy knockout in Cage Warriors where he did that slick combo off the counter. Look, I'm so excited to watch this guy fight. He's actually fighting another undefeated guy who kind of just missed out on this list. His name is Antoine Ho. He's good as well. It should be a really good and really, really high-level fight. And this guy, he hasn't been tested too much on the ground, But I don't know if there's any strikers that could beat him. Seriously, man, this guy is insane. Insane on the feet. So good. He has great spinning attacks, great spinning kicks. His spinning kicks are crazy too, man. I just, I don't know, man. He just, and usually I wouldn't put a flyweight there at one, but I can't deny, his striking is so good and beautiful to watch. I can't wait to watch this guy fight. Man, like I said, he's number one for a reason. And if you don't know, now you know. My number one prospect in season 8 Dana White Contender Series, Lanier Kavanagh.